Craig, this one, do you?
I'm there at 3 o'clock every morning with a shifting spanner and a star screwdriver, and I'm into it.
You're the only bloke working on the new car.
Someone help me, please.
Yeah, you've got an itchy trigger finger, our commentator. He can't wait to get back into the seat. And who can blame him with the performance of these Gibson Motorsport Falcons? Boy, oh boy, what a good car to jump into.
It would be so nice for him not to bring that little plastic steering wheel along stuck on the desk here.
That's right. So the order, Craig Lowndes.
You don't mind me being dressed in the suit and helmet?
No, it's quite normal, Neil, no, we understand.
Craig Lowndes 2.5 seconds the gap over Marcus Ambrose in second, Greg Murphy in third, Mark Scape in fourth, John Bowe. This is the battle for sixth between Bowe and Paul Radisich.
Good for JB at last. From when they first wheeled that car out and stuck it on the track, he's been really pleased with it. It says so much better than the old one.
We're just running through the places and margins for you, so you've got an idea as to who's where. We're on board with Paul Radisich with 5 to go. He's attacking John Bowe. There's John off to the right. Paul's looking for clear, clean air down the inside. He might have a bit of a temperature problem, maybe. John does some grass cutting for him. These guys battling for 6th and 7th. Really probably an improvement on the way things have gone for Paul in the practice and qualifying lead-up. I spoke to him yesterday afternoon. He wasn't happy with the balance of the car, and it highlights the point that Mark was making, that at some tracks you go to, you've got a car like at Adelaide, there is a bunch of guys who, like Paul, who had just a beautiful car that was working terrific, and then you turn up here and it's not so good.
Brad Jones will be happy with this, though. The Jones Brothers team did a good call on that pit strategy. They're in 8th just behind this battle. Paul Morris did well, and Paul Wheel rounding out the top 10.
You noticed we had a caption up there a moment ago. Todd Kelly, the fastest man in this race so far, with a 1:32.8. He's the only driver to get into the 32s along with Lowndes and Ambrose. Everybody else has got into the 33s, so that's good, but it's too little too late for Todd, who's down in 17th. He was one of the drivers trapped by that situation with Paul Romano in the safety car.
Good performance this weekend, a stronger performance from both the Super Touring champions. Brad Jones and Paul Morris inside the top 10. It's been pretty difficult introduction to V8 Supercar for both of those guys, but they'd be happier about this result. Jones in 8th, Morris in 9th, Paul Wheel in 10th. Cameron McLean, the Queenslander, had that big engine blow up at Adelaide. He's looking stronger here too, just outside the top 10, 11th place.
Lowndes has pulled out another 10th that lap on Ambrose.
4 laps remaining for race leader Craig Lowndes. 2.6 seconds the gap over Marcus Ambrose in second. The time's fairly close. That last time around, Ambrose was only 2/100ths of a second slower than Lowndes. So the Pertec Ford and the Gibson Motorsport car very evenly matched at the moment. Greg Murphy still in 3rd, Mark Scape in 4th, Jason Bright in 5th. So it's a good performance from Bright and the Holden Racing team to knock that new car into shape. It was proving a bit difficult in the opening practice and qualifying sessions, but now it looks like it's got some reasonable sort of race speed.
I'm down here in pit lane with Paul Forgy, the crew chief for the Pertec Falcon. Marcus is doing a terrific job out there at the moment, but it seems as though the gap to Craig is too big.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit to catch for only having 3 laps left in the race now. There's always a second one. We'll have a go there. We're starting from the front row again as long as we finish where we're sitting on the grid now.
What's the message been very quickly to him since he got past Greg Murphy?
Just to keep it steady and try and pull in Craig as quickly as you can.
Good stuff. Thanks, Paul.
Cheers.
Yeah, get to the front and increase my lead. That's what everyone wants to do. That's a great year for Paul Forgy. I know last year it was difficult for the team with the performances of Tony Longhurst and Craig Baird. This year, Marcus Ambrose has really put the Stone Brothers Racing team back on the map.
Don't forget to check out the V8 Supercar website on www.v8supercar.com.au for all the information, point scores, drivers, teams, etc. And this weekend we kick off Dream Drive 2001. Check that out on the web as well, dreamdrive.tv. Just emphasise it's .tv, not .com.au. And if you want to have your own theoretical race team and go racing and choose your drivers and all the rest of the things, then check that out on the site and you can play the V8 Supercar game.
Position's fairly static. Lowndes has pumped it out another 10th, so he's looking very comfortable in the lead here. 2.7 seconds the gap over Ambrose. A 1:33.78 for Lowndes, a 1:33.91, so about 0.2 of a second at that time.
there's going to be some pretty pleasing results here. Paul Wheels in 10th, Paul Morris is in 9th, and Brad Jones is in 8th. So those three could really do with a good finish.
Here's Glenn Seaton coming back through the field. He's 19th on the last lap. He's just gone past Dillman, so he's now 18th. But can you imagine the disbelief in his face when he takes the helmet off and talks to the crew when he comes back?
So frustrating.
And I might mention that now sort of, you know, you can never say never, but when you start from down there in the second race, it's very, very hard.
Keep in mind the last Shell Championship Series round victory for Glenn Seaton was right here at Eastern Creek back in 1997. Can you believe it? Seaton's gone 39 championship rounds without a win. It's just amazingly tough. Trying to keep your focus and keep your motivation when you've been out of the winner's circle for that long.
Lowndes' form in this second half of the race has been pretty good. I mean, he was threatening for the lead. Remember, he challenged Glenn on the outside down at turn 2, and then leaving the gap open, Marcus got in there. But it would seem as though he might have a little bit more pace in this second stint, and sometimes that can come from repressuring tyres. And obviously, we're not privy to what went